Bills Mafia, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. And let me start by saying this. The Buffalo Bills are working tirelessly every single week to sharpen their game, clean up the details, and put themselves in the best position to bring real results back to Western New York. This is a team fighting, grinding, and growing, and today's news shows exactly how much they're battling to finish the season strong. Before we jump into this huge update on Josh Allen's foot injury and James Cook's chase for NFL history, make sure you smash that like button and subscribe. It helps the channel, it helps other Bills fans find this content, and it keeps you in the loop with every breaking update. By the way, Bills fans, if you want official Buffalo Bills gear, jerseys, hats, or the new Sideline pieces, I left the link to the official store below. It helps the channel and keeps you geared up for the season. Now let's get into this, because we've got a lot to cover. Bills fans, Sunday's loss to the Philadelphia Eagles was painful enough on the scoreboard, but what happened afterward might worry you even more. During the third quarter, Josh Allen was seen limping as he left the field. He finished the game, he pushed through it, and in true Josh Allen fashion, he fought like a warrior, scoring 2 rushing touchdowns and dragging the Bills back from a 13-0 deficit. That's who he is. That's who he's always been. But there's no question something was bothering him. After the game, Allen went straight into the X-ray room, and that's now 2 straight weeks he's had to get his foot checked after the final whistle. Last week against the Browns, he did the same thing. This week against the Eagles, it happened again. Sean McDermott said the Week 37 X-rays were negative, which is great news. No fractures, no ligament tears, no structural damage. But the concern isn't about breaks, it's about pain. According to NFL insider Ian Rappaport, Allen is expected to be limited in practice this week, but should play in the season finale against the New York Jets. Rappaport put it bluntly. Josh Allen keeps saying everything is fine, but clearly, if you want an X-ray right after the game, something is bothering you. Exactly. Even if the scans are clean, the discomfort is real. And Bills fans sought it. That slight limp, the favoring of the foot, the fact that he wasn't moving with the same burst on certain plays. And yet, he still nearly won the game with a last-second touchdown drive and a 2-point attempt that honestly should have been the game winner. The play was there, the receiver was wide open, but the throw sailed just a bit, and you can't help but wonder if the foot affected his base, his timing, his mechanics. One thing is certain, Josh Allen is hurting, but he is absolutely refusing to quit on this team. Here's the million-dollar question. Should the Bills play Josh Allen against the Jets? Buffalo has already clinched a playoff berth. The highest they can climb is the 5th seed. The lowest is the 7th. So there is something at stake, but not enough to justify risking a serious injury. Sean McDermott is going to have a very difficult decision. Do you let Allen rest, or do you let him play to keep the offense sharp heading into the postseason? One wrong hit, one awkward step, and suddenly your playoff hopes hinge on a backup, and Bills Mafia knows that's not a situation anyone wants to imagine. But the Bills also want momentum, and Allen himself is the ultimate competitor. If he feels even 80%, he'll want to be out there. Expect the Bills to monitor him closely all week. Expect limited practice. Expect the team to protect him. But as of right now, signs point to him suiting up. Still, fans have every right to be nervous. Now let's shift to something extremely exciting, because while the Josh Allen injury storyline is concerning, James Cook is putting together one of the most incredible seasons we've seen from a Bills running back in nearly half a century. Cook is leading the entire NFL in rushing yards heading into Week 18. Let's say that again. James Cook is the NFL's leading rusher. He has 1,606 yards, putting him 47 yards ahead of Jonathan Taylor, who sits at 1,559. Cook is averaging over 100 yards per game with 12 rushing touchdowns, and he's been the engine of this offense during massive stretches of the season. We are watching something historic. The Buffalo Bills have not had a rushing champion since O.J. Simpson in 1976, almost 50 years ago. And this weekend, James Cook has a chance to break that drought and cement himself as one of the greatest single-season performers in team history. Here's where things get interesting. The Bills are playing the New York Jets, a team with the 6th worst rushing defense in the NFL. They allow 135 rushing yards per game and more than 155-plus yards in 3 of their last 5. And guess what? The last time Cook faced the Jets, he torched them for 132 rushing yards, 2 touchdowns, and 21 carries. That's domination. Cook has also hit 107-plus yards in 4 of his last 6 games. He's peaking at the perfect time. But there's a catch. This is where things get complicated. The Bills may choose to rest certain starters, including Cook, with so little to gain from a seeding standpoint. If Cook sits, he risks Jonathan Taylor overtaking him. If he plays, he has a golden opportunity to secure the rushing title. The Colts play at 1 p.m. and the Bills don't kick off until 4:25 p.m., meaning what? Cook will know exactly how many yards he needs before he even steps on the field. That could change everything. If Taylor explodes for 150 yards, the Bills might not risk Cook at all. If Taylor struggles, which is likely because Houston has the 4th best rush defense, the door swings wide open for Cook to make history. It's the kind of storyline that adds electricity to an already emotional day, especially with this possibly being the final regular season game ever played at the current Highmark Stadium. Imagine a playoff-clinched home crowd, a historic stadium moment, and James Cook running for a rushing title. That's the stuff of legend. After weeks of speculation, the NFL has officially locked in the Buffalo Bills' Week 18 matchup against the New York Jets, and here's the big headline. The Bills will play at 4:25 p.m. Eastern Time on Sunday, January 4th on CBS. At first glance, you might think, okay, just a time slot, what's the big deal? But when you dig into the context, Bills fans are rightfully raising their eyebrows. Every season, Week 18 is left NTB for a reason. The league likes to maximize drama, keep the playoff picture suspenseful, and give the most meaningful games prime-time exposure. They wait until the end of Week 37 to place exactly each matchup that creates the most viewership. Last year, Bills versus Dolphins was massive, a high-stakes fight for seeding. Buffalo ended up securing the number 2 seed. Miami dropped to number 6. Makes sense to put that game in a late window. But this year, Bills versus Jets has 0 playoff impact. None. Absolutely nothing to fight for in the standings. Buffalo is locked into the 7th seed. The Jets are eliminated. The outcome changes nothing. So why are they playing in one of the newest, most visible time slots of Week 18? Well, here's where things get interesting. Many Bills fans expected and preferred a traditional 1 p.m. kickoff, especially since both teams have nothing at stake. A later game just feels strange compared to the drama-driven approach we usually see. But there's one big reason the NFL gave this matchup more visibility. It's the final game ever played inside the current Highmark Stadium. That's historic. That's symbolic, and that's something the networks absolutely wanted to showcase, even if the game itself is meaningless in the standings. You also can't ignore the pageantry surrounding this game. The Bills announced earlier this year that they would be bringing back the red helmets for this matchup. Immediately, fans were asking, why save the red helmets for the final meaningless game of the season? Well, now we know why the NFL wanted this window. The network sees nostalgia. They see the farewell to the stadium. They see an emotional send-off moment in front of the home crowd. It's not about the Jets. It's not about playoff drama. It's about history, and the NFL wants eyes on it. Despite the pageantry, Bills Mafia has some real concerns. The biggest issue? This is a game where Buffalo is expected to rest most of its starters, including Josh Allen, who suffered a foot injury against the Eagles, James Cook, who may be protected for the playoffs despite chasing the rushing title, and multiple defensive starters who the team wants fully healthy for wildcard weekend. A 4:25 kickoff means a longer day, a colder, darker environment, and a game that feels unnecessarily stretched out, especially when the team's only priority is staying healthy. Fans were hoping for a quick, early, low-risk game. Clock in, clock out, protect the roster, get ready for the postseason. Instead, we get a late window showcase for a game where the Bills will probably pull starters after a drive or two. It's confusing, it's awkward, and it's understandable why many fans are annoyed. Let's be honest, this game is about survival, not seeding, not momentum, not revenge, not records. Here's what Bills fans should expect. 1. Josh Allen will likely take only a few snaps. He tweaked his foot against the Eagles. He limped, he was hurting, he still played like a superhero, but the Bills are not risking him. Expect maybe one series, maybe two, then the baseball cap comes on and it becomes the backup show. The playoffs matter. Week 18 does not. James Cook's status is a major question mark. He's chasing the first rushing title by a Bills RB since 1976, but will the Bills let him play enough to secure it? It's possible. It's also possible they rest him. And because the Colts play at 1 p.m., Cook will know exactly how many yards he would need before deciding whether to suit up fully or be protected. The defense will rotate heavily. Guys like Bernard, Hyde, Rousseau, and others will likely play limited snaps or sit out entirely. No reason to risk injuries. The Jets have literally one reason to show up: to lose. Yes, lose. A loss improves their draft position. Their season's already over. Their focus is April, not January, so don't be surprised if the Jets treat this like a preseason game with backups all over the field. Bills fans, these final days of the regular season are filled with tension, excitement, and massive implications. Josh Allen is banged up, but fighting like only he can. James Cook is on the doorstep of history, but his chance depends on strategy, and the Bills are marching into Week 18 with the playoffs secured, but far from relaxed. Now I want to hear from you. Should Josh Allen play in Week 18? Should the Bills risk James Cook's health to chase a rushing title? And what do you expect to happen against the Jets? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I read every single one. If you enjoyed this breakdown and want more exclusive Buffalo Bills updates, make sure you smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss a video. And don't forget, the official Bills store link is down below if you want to check out the newest gear. Thanks for watching, and as always, go Bills!